Great Ace Attorney. Let's go. Let's get this. And setting up some stuff. So you can just listen to my sexy voice. It's not that sexy, but you know, you get it. You get the idea. Growl. All right, let's see. A little bit. Bam, 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 bam. All right, I'm gonna lose a lot. Bam, 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 bam. What? What the fuck? All right, let's finally. Oh my god. Oh no. There we go. The light, the camera, the action. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. Just to let you know, I'm on the second story. Second episode. The Unbreakable Shekel Band.
In a corner of that small, dark
Let's go.
room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time,
Holmes.
there came from the ventilator
It's like
a
Sherlock
hiss
Holmes.
and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action,
Sholmes.
lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern's shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was
Let me
staring
check
intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band. I believe this is the terrible coin to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
What the heck? That's weird.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me.
Is it crackling?
The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way.
That's a little upsetting.
This would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word So the victim was a Russian man then.
A
And the letters
Russian?
are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
Why is he? Huh? His spray gun.
This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
Da! No one must touch before maritime police come. We must
Da
wait.
da.
That won't be
Like a
necessary.
Russian.
You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. I need cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you? And where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Herlock Sholmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
Herlock Sholmes. What a name. I hope it's not crackling though. It is crackling. No. Why is it crackling? Hold on. I know what I must do. Goodbye. Yes. I'll just add a new one. This should maybe reset it. Yeah. And to the bottom with you. That's not where I wanted. There. That should do it. Let's see. What the fuck? There's some weird crackle coming from the device. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. What the fuck? Yeah, it's crackling. I don't get it. I wanted to stop crackling. Crackle jackals. Oh my god. What is the soundbar? Huh. Why? Audio. Oh, maybe properties on this. Okay. Why am I in handcuffs? So you're awake now, Sailor, we need to drag you out of that wardrobe. Out of the wardrobe? I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are true cold-blooded. Oh, he was in the wardrobe. Someone knocked him out. So my character got knocked out and placed in the wardrobe. And I'm still trying to figure out how to correct this crackling. It's actually quite annoying. Oh, wait. What's this hook to? That's the problem. So what? There we go. I solved the issue. And I have to redo the video again. So the issue, I was running, I should solve it. So no more crackling. If we'll fucking add or show. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, damn it. There we go. Alright, now back to line. Remove. Yeah. Yes. Jesus. Video capture, add thing. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now it shouldn't crackle. That was bugging the shit out of me. Yeah, there we go. That's for sure. Guaranteed. No crackle. Fuck you, USB hub. Alright, well that was my problem. And I fixed it. So, issue averted. We found you. Now you pay, criminal. Criminal. How long are you gonna hide? How long were you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, huh? Sorry. Sorry? Now you have been found. It's time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is. No, I'm telling you everything. I'll tell you. Wait, I'll tell you everything? There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Miss Susato? Susato. It's Miss Susato. Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where is Kazuma? Don't tell me his best friend's dead now. You did not know? You are a wolf in sheep's pelts. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. What? Cosmo's body was discovered not long ago. Here, in this very cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. His body. Please. Do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Cosmo was dead. But you can't be. In these handcuffs, surely you don't think I... You know, that's a twist. Twice accused of murder in the same thing. What did you take? Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please. No. No. Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor, I thought I was going to die. Yes, I still can't believe that. I really didn't expect you to be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd break every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself into my cabin here, I don't expect anyone to discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why did I need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful Judiciary, why can I not pronounce it? Judiciarial assistant Mikabtoba. You mean from your close friend, more to the point? Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she gave me away. No, but if she knew that we'd done what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you better get in there. I think it won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling cases, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the stowaway decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I'll tell you what. Why don't you write keep out or something on this piece of paper? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe once you're inside. I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. We'll leave you at the next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer? No, I'm not a murderer. Dot, you say before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Sasanto? Please tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. Well, there is something I would like to ask her too. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. What do you say? You were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes, I was, but... He would always wake before dawn and do his training, first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin as I have every day so far on his voyage. But this morning he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean... Oh shoot, what did he say? Does that mean he was already dead when I arrived at this cabin? I wonder. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. Crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside... The name's backwards, right? Backwards. The white tape there now shows exactly where it was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but it's just very hard to believe. This is very hard to believe for me too, trust me. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs, they think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from the outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these walls. What? Or to put it anyway, other way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside the cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? This is impossible. How did he die? And what happened exactly? Are you still gonna deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? You have to tell me. The cause of death, what? I skipped it on accident again. Is still undetermined. They don't know how he died. The ship's doctor examined the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analyst experience. I don't suppose we still learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So, presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury. Then, that's true, yes? Now, I've told you everything I know. So, it's my turn to ask you a question, yes? Alright? It feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like it. Why are you even on the board the ship? Naruhodo-san. Naruhodo-san. You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Yes. That's like, it's 2 weeks since we left Japan now. I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Cosmos Saba's cabin for so long without making notice? That would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. He invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. He wanted me to be a lawyer with him, study in England with him. Why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? Let me guess, he killed himself? It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you that, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself? Well, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it. I can assure you of that. But I never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of the culture development. The center of the world, in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can it be there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Forget it. Cosmo's son he's always been saying the same thing, that he wanted to change Japan's legal system. Perhaps he thought he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes, though. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Susanto-san. I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowaway on this ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me from becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfectly, in fact. If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into the wardrobe over there, and just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep. Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed? Well, yes. I know it sounds unbelievably really, I do, but it's the truth. If only I've woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please forget it. You have to believe me, I didn't do it. I really, really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there is no one else who could possibly have done this. Cosmo, I don't understand why. Why did he have to... Why did this have happen? I can't take this. I can't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry, but Cosmo was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around with my hands tied while whoever did this walks free? I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Cosmo's life and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to excuse me. Investigate time! Wait, did he get thrown? What the? That was a Susato takedown. What martial art was from that? Is that? I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry, prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to? Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? You're successfully defending yourself in court of law. I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusion evidence. Oh, I hope I get the paper on the door. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her.
Yes!
Tell me, when I was discovering the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes, it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Cosmo always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there, just in case the cabin steward or other crew member decided to look inside. And naturally, he did that in the same last night as well. Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe door before he opened it. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. That's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Well, even if you're sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me out? Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here, at least. Thank you. So you finally believe me. I'm sorry. No. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you use some sort of conjuring trick to put the paper back in position. What does she think? I'm a magician? No. I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright, let's work together. Please don't underestimate me. I still have my doubts. I'll still be watching you. Make sure you did nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. Well, anyway, I can start on investigating here. Everything. I'll avenge your death. Oh, I can't move. That's the dinner from last night. A roasted chicken. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course, which begs the question as well, how the plate ended up on the floor. But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right, so he didn't touch it. Which means all the more for me. Oh no, does that mean poor Kazuma spent his night on this earth with an empty belly? That's just too horrible. Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Oh my god. Oh dear, that won't do. What's the matter? Whenever I'm zenning things, I always find myself so focused I forgot to look around properly. Oh yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you? I got it, thank you. What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glass. Whatever that thing was, it appears to have broken clear in two. You'll get a fastener from a kimono outfit. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuo. He wouldn't have secretly carried a little trinket like this around with him, would he? The mark beside it, what is that? I wonder, like, it has some sort of brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. Yes. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Oh yes, I see it says this way up in Japanese, which in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crew wouldn't be able to read. I was tried over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear. Besides, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than the Susato takedown. Alright. It has a check if I already looked at it. I think that's some sort of opening for a ventilator. Hole through which fresh air can circulate inside the cabin. Is that not a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if this wasn't... It looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear you're right. If its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. Was the room poisoned? That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the sea are rough, or something like that. I suppose, maybe. Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. That's mirrored, right? That's mirrored. No doubt he was terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of clue in his final moments, wasn't he? I'm sorry, partner. I can't read your writing. I don't think that's Japanese. What then? What language is it? It pains me to admit, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? This is where it was set whenever he was writing. I need a drink. London Diary. Poor Kazuma. He didn't even make it to his destination. It looks like his last entry is incomplete. Which means what? Damn it. The whole message just pops up. Which means what? He was in the middle of writing it. Accident have it. Let's see what it says. It could be valuable too. Huh. Why'd you throw me? That's out of the question. You may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. What if it was something important, something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. I don't think prying into people's personal matter either. Look who it is. Well, who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, he looks like a European. Oh, how did he? You noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall and suspiciously tall. Don't tell me. Do you really not know who he is? Well, no. Damn it, I thought it was... I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances like that. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. Where's my phone? Well, shit. And he is investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining, or does Susato-san looks almost uncontrollably excited? By the way, I expect you to notice already. Just in case, you press A on when you crosshairs. All right. Oh, please do. Soul. I suppose that shows us how important it was to him. Now that he's gone. Justice. The brush strokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. Yes, as cruelty always was a reflection of his heart. Yet you can really look at these characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully. Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so I shouldn't be able to. Even though you stole away on this shit. Now you're going to bring that back, that up, are you? I can't win. Excuse me. Excuse me, do you have a moment? This is a critical point in my investigation. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be the best. Greetings, I hope I haven't kept you long. What exactly were you doing at Cosmo's desk just now? Fascinating. Sorry, what do you see? It feels like he's looking right through me. Oh yes, everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. The deductions has crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive, just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, what? Now, all its ventures towards foreign crimes, you find yourself in a troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But how? But how? How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction. Hardly worth explaining. How do you perhaps manage to do anything else? But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madame. For example, you have fled your land, native land of Russia, being as you are you leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. And when the be-ribboned occupant of this very cabinet disguises your identity, you end his life too. Yes, I believe this summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. Just to be clear, you're talking about me, are you? Certainly am. Do you see another in this who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 17 victims in his name? I don't even see one person who fits the bill. So it's true. It was you who did. Oh my God! What? And you're plotting a revolution too? Revolution too? That's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen. Why would you throw me again? Now explain yourself. Tell it. Not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me. What was that? You're saying the first thing that came in your head? But was I not right? Wasn't venturing towards foreign crimes? You do find yourself in a very... do you not? Well, yes, maybe. There you have it. You see, what do you make of it that? Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England. I'm handcuffed at a scene of murder. So I'm not really sure how you could call it deduction. It's more painful observation. Plain observation. Indeed. The observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles. Trifles? You see, I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right. I don't think you introduced yourself. My apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women all over the world. The remarkable Sherlock Holmes. So it's really you, the actual. Yeah. The very same. What the fuck? Remarkable actual Sherlock Holmes. Do you know this man? So smooth. Heck in the world? Of course I do. There's nobody who else hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on then? We must ask him what he deduced. He will have worked out an entire case already, I'm sure. Really, why do I feel uneasy about this? So, you're right, detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? The one and only Sherlock Holmes. And I see you're German. Sherlock, was it? No, I have I have hair. Please call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in these exciting London publications. Oh yes, ran a magazine full of wonderful short stories and interesting articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Oh yes, here it is. The adventure. So you're the protagonist in this series of short stories then? Indeed I am. And you read so many of your own stories you stated to think you really are a detective? Make no mistake, I'm not poor, deluded fellow you take me for. Your interference is backward. My trusty biographic records, my greatest detecting achievements, are chronicles them in the magazine. You have a biographer? Do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson. Presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fascinatingly busy of late. Why is this very moment I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really, I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Deduction, you see, it is me, a science, logically reasoning is in the purest form. A science, really? The observer notices every the most subtle of reactions in the subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inkling of a posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin, all these things are data. Right. And the trained logication makes us from this data in a blink of an eye. And the ultimate conclusion will outfell the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can you look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn both for observation for the deduction thing. That is what makes me one only Sherlock Holmes. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case? Have I managed to deduce anything, my dear fellow? In the most cunning hiding place. That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I see. In other words, I'm in these because of him. When I became anxious about Cosmo-sama this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the door open, and I concealed myself among their numbers, gaining entry into the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Herlock Sholmes was on board, and the handcuffs seemed to be excellent fit, Mr. Naruto. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh really, two facts, you say? Tell us please, what two facts were apparent to you when you came into the cabin this morning? Oh yes, but first let us be precise. The two facts were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to articulate. The two facts that I deduced from mere moment glance at the scene crime was as follows. Number one, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape and the culprit outside out of the question. Number two, the victim was Russian and following the dispute with an antique. Hold on, mister. What made you think the victim was Russian? Obviously, the dying left by the victim on the floor. This is the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Cosmo-sama could left a dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian. I considered garden robe may be the name of the killer, a certain Robert Gardry, perhaps? But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. Where do you find Mr. Naruto sleeping? Quite so. I found you, the renowned Russian. Why is it that I'm Russian too? I assert that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. If my memory serves, that outfit is traditional dress of the Russian people. Our school uniforms are traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim and the message that I might analyze it for purpose hidden details. Can I prove this guy wrong? This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered before the body was removed. Yes, Cosmo already had been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I actually seen him like this. Are you alright, Mr. Naruto? Oh yes, thank you. Photograph. Then enter the courtroom. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russian before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome, revolutionary, fleeing from Russia, all of that. Oh yes, the train reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining the train of reasoning to me? Do you think that? I'm not Russian. I don't speak Russian. Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me. Now, famously accurate, troublesome predicament you find yourself. Actually, it's the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary in Assassin 16 part. Oh yes, the more Sadur details, it was fairly complex deduction. Commonplace Here we have this morning's paper, the main headline reading. Revolutionary Volin Boskolov flees Russia via Shanghai. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered. Since when was a Cosma a Russian? Come on, can you correct him already? Jesus Christ. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolution. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, he. No, how could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face. Well, you are fearsome after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to this guy, your parents as well. Please. I might add your name does not appear on the ship passenger list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. What's the other details? The 16 victims of the assassination blowing up the Crystal Tower. Oh yes, the journalist. Oh my God! The deeds of the man perpetrated thus far and those he has plotted. Yes, everything about the revolutionary, but can you stop saying that fucking word? Was included. There can be no mistake. Revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? It's quite clear in this. Oh my God, dude. Has recently returned after a period of war-torn region of Afghanistan. What even is it, anyway? This Afghanistan place. Here, take the paper for yourself as a little memento of this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I'm absorbed all that is of interest to me within these pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. Has been entered in the court case. Great. On the back. Case your eyes over it sometime if interest it takes you. It's all written in Russian. I couldn't help to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance in the article. Maybe there might be a picture too. Before you were started talking, you were examining Cosmo's desk, weren't you? Oh yes, the victim. Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all? Obviously, for a moment, the desk of the victim. We see the victim was engaged pinning some text. London diary. Cosmo was keeping notes of the trip. But I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Tragic. Or something ought to be perhaps educated before the act of reading? You mean you've read it already? It's my business to know what other people do. Not... Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. What about... Ain't you gonna throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, what on earth do you mean? Life is unfair. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belongs to the victim. It would appear the final sentence incomplete as its author was cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray to be precise to the details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smuttering, dear boy, a smuttering. Sarnar, Bonsai, Mikoto, Nado. I trust you. You'll be impressed. But this diary is littered with complicated looking characters, which I can read precisely none. So what is all this showing off before then? If you would be so kind to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Armstrong. Much obliged, my dear madam. The final entry here, diary, consists of 2 sentences. First reads, 1:23 a.m. I hear a faint whistling sound. A whistling sound? Those very deep waters. Pray go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of sparkling band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Sparkling band? What on earth does that mean? I have no idea. I've never heard of that expression before. The ventilating grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the layer on the wall which connects the the adjoining cabin. Great. Nice water. I believe the matter warrants further investigation. And if I am still too long, sickness takes hold. Oh, I suppose. You're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to. Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exhilaration. So yes, I intend to investigate, hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? No. Wait, what do you say? No, that would be too somewhat complicated. What? By what? Why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Can you correct him so he can fucking shut the fuck up about calling you a Russian? Jesus, dude. You're the prime suspect in this matter, no? There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Holmes, I did hear you say that too. You're quite sure. Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said that you had the face of a criminal, you know, not really. So what were you saying at my knees before? Look at my knees before. Some great detective you are. Well, anyhow, way. Was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Now he's just being plain rude. What are you gonna stand here for? We must go investigate the next cabin as well. Ain't you forgetting something? Holy shit. Can you stop throwing him? Solomon spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue. You're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate? As if you give me any choice in rolling over the part. Let's alright. So the rules of passenger for travel aboard the SS Broya. It's essential to list the requirements of the captain to all the passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabin. Pets or others strictly forbidden. What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? Dangerous object or a pet? Can't decide. Either way, wasn't supposed to be here in here. This is, yes, it's a bell cord, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in the book I was studying to talk about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really, that sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Yes. In the interest of cultural research, obviously. I suppose no one's coming for lonely Japanese park people. I'm sure it's just everyone's busy. Have you been living in that wardrobe the entire time? Alright. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. And yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. And because of that, you had no idea what was happening out in the cabin. No, sadly. Framed are made of metal and sealed together perfectly. Though not possibly using that needle, the thread trick here. I'm afraid. Glares at me. I feel pain in the needles. There's nothing at the table at all. Excuse me. What? I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Would you mind if I investigated a little outside? Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it's not true, I see. Sorry? The criminal asking prisoner guard to help him escape. Very funny. We're in the middle of the sea. There's no chance of me escaping. Niet. You stay in the cabin until next port. Then it is up to Hong Kong police to decide what they do with you. You stay. Alright. Fuck. Okay. Oh, I can read the paper. This is interesting. Have you found something relevant? Well, no. I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. I can't read a single word, I'm afraid. No, neither can I. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think? She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoyed articles like this, do you? I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. I'm glad you noticed this article. He fucking came back? You son of a bitch. You fucking rat bastard. Allow me to give you the short summary of context. Of its contents. Oh, thank you. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina. A prima ballerina of the Novovik Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer, shit, was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolania Polova. Nikolana Povolana. Pavlova. Whatever. Why are Russian names so hard to remember? It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth something like 20,000 rupees. Oh, how much is the... I have no idea. I'm not sure. Must be unbelievably some money. Eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is probably the property of the Novovik Ballet. It would seem the director beside himself was worried. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable terrier. There's requested international assistance at all ports with selling to Great Britain. Could it be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country? It does seem to be a Russian thing to do. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. Oh my god, that was really taken. I just want to skip it. Damn it! Damn it. Fuck. That's about it. Who's that? Do you mean he wasn't there before, was he? That's what I thought. Why don't we try talking to him? Is something wrong? No, it's just the crewmate standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir. Yes? What can I do for you? Oh my god. It's the homie. It is. I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hishinaga. Wait, what's it? I fucking said his name wrong. Hosonaga. Hello again. What are you doing here? I think it should be my line. I was stunned when I saw you here. My heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew to board this ship. Again? You certainly seem enjoying undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. Perhaps his presence can help me out on this hopeless situation. So what are your special orders? Yes, why are you dressed like a member of the crew? I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility for what? My orders were to act as Hasagi-san's bodyguard. It was the Minister of Justice, Jigoku, who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asigo-san reached the Great Britain without any being assassinated. Assassinated? How could that even been a possibility? I'm not sure, but these are the complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventual whatever. This isn't. I don't believe it. Kazuma was assassinated. Obviously, we couldn't give Asiko-san a visible security escort. Visible. Which is why I'm undercover now. Posing as one of the crew. I see. I didn't take my eyes off them the entire time we've been aboard. From morning until night. I never imagined what would happen here inside his own cabin. Not here on the first deck, class deck. I failed miserably as my assignment and is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Spectre. So, just say the word. We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death out ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer. Of course not. We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry, what? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. You moved, even touched the handle of the cabin door. The stormy looking seaman there would be surely snap your neck in two. I suppose I'm not a stowaway, no. I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. To give me something to work with, do you think I'm going to need something? What do you mean? If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'll do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I lay my life on the line if I had to, but I don't see how. There may be a way. What, really? A piece of evidence. Alright. Shut up. Take the evidence already. Do I do this? Oh. Kazuma diary. Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange? In what way? He wrote, what it looks like some kind of spackled brand is dangling from the ventilator grill. Sparkled band? That is strange, yes. We're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I like to know is... Don't tell me, the ventilator is it? Yes. Very astute investigator. The ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin. So if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out the spackled band was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck in here until we arrive next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see? I'll have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? You're willing to do that? Yes, as long as you don't leave the first class cabin area, I'm afraid I can't remove these cuffs though. What about the captain? Ain't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. I'm really gonna lead on my life line if it takes to convince the captain. After I failed to keep safe, this is at least I can do. Thank you. Let's seize the moment. Just move. Alright, bro. Don't have to tell me twice. First time moving. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. This is the most luxurious accommodation? Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in the storage. Really? That must be awful. Oh, look over there. There's another crewmate keeping watch. He looks enormous, even if he's sitting down. Suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't, I suppose. You look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I've thought you'd be used to being a ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside his trunk when I first came abroad. Ever since I've been shut out in that little wardrobe. Must have been a very trying time for you. Please, don't give me that pity look. Oh, that trap is catching mice. We have plenty of that back at home in Japan, although it seems like just using a lump of chalk or something as bait. That's cheese. She had to look up what cheese was. Emergency alarm. It's probably the best not to touch it. Brings the vessel to a complete stop. Oh, I have to. I must have touched it. This is a. You know full well it's not what alarm is for. If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else. Look at shift logs. Shall we have a little look through it? It's written so neat and precisely. Everything's detailed about the voyage and being... yeah. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such wonderful handwriting. And nothing, no react at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment. Anyway, this last night's log is mostly blank. I think that means there was nothing to report. Excuse me, but could I... You little stowaway murderer? That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. We thought that caught this on it. You see, caught him on a bad day. I am not a sailor. My mother gave me my name. I'm a senior crewman, man. Biff Stroganoff? Well, the best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. I love to watch all the time. Seaman Stroganoff? Da, all the time. So criminals like you cannot come in and get out. It's sad about the student boy. Were you on the watch last night as well? Of course. You didn't notice anything at the time. Anything unusual? Niet. Or hiet? You understand that? That was clearly a no. Niet, no. I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all. You didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything wrong? I said no. Sorry. Oh, so sure. I could have sworn you wouldn't catch my eye for a moment. We are on the finest part of Buria steamship for very important persons. What sort of important persons? Government official, kings, queens, traveling secret, many important persons. That is why I'm always guarding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow, I let a stupid stowaway in. I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean, but Stroganoff's not an animal. Thank you. If I may, I was wondering, is the cannon next door to Mr. currently occupied? Yeah. Do you understand that? It sounded like da. Da. Oh, da's yes. I think it's probably Russian for yes or no. Genius. It's not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Well, it sounds like there's somebody in the next door cabin at least. Could you tell us who's traveling in the next door cabin, mister? His name is Grinsby Rolett. There's a very important Western gentleman. A Western gentleman. Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with the murder of Student Boy. How can you be so sure about that? As an authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in a lowly student from the Pacific Far East Islands. That was harsh. I'm thinking, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, I could never once heard anything from next door cabin, or even felt like there's anything. Well, presuming, okay. It's time for me to report to the captain. You must return to the cabin. Yes, alright. The second class area is staying locked at all times. You escaped the lobster whistles on the pig's fly. Yes, I understand. I was thinking maybe a run for it. Just that burly seaman would suddenly shoot you dead. No, I started it with my talk of running away. Why would you say that? It's so stupid. Oh, I can look at the log. Wait. I thought I already looked at the log. It wasn't checked. What the heck? Oh my god. Please stop. Who are you? A Western gentleman? This man looks Russian. We heard a woman scream. A woman. Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. I'm the Great Detective, one of the doors that covers the popular magazine. So I assure you, you may trust me completely. Now, otherwise, I'll call the steward. I'd like to talk to you about something. No. I don't want to talk. Leave my cabin. Perhaps that great detective could get somewhere with Mr. You need to address me as Sholmes. That's just Mr. Sholmes. What were you doing in there? I was resting, of course. Resting, indeed. I was our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe while waiting for the noble time that you could have needed to call my great power of deduction to service. Oh, wow. It would be seems that the hour is upon us now. Time has come. Am I mistaken? Actually, just hold on for this. Honestly. Mister is clearly trying to hide something. Do you know what the most efficient weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why? The truth, of course. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusive. Alright. Right. Can you imagine how Russia will react to a secret guard so closely and exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh yes, please. Well then, what you're about to see will astonish you. For I am about to apply my great detective greatly admired great deduction to the case. Could this man be a hackneyed portrait of a dubious Russian, I asked. What? From time to time it occurs to me it's the spell those dubious on the account of his Russianness, or Russian on the account of his dubiousness. I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you or anyone. That's right, or Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially the first meeting, but it is a capital mistake to theories before you have all the evidence. Bias the judgment. I must have complete silence. What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that? There's no other explanation than that combination's all the facts. Mr. Roulette, I've reached two conclusions. Incontrovertibly conclusions? What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. Using those shears, you're about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? Number two, the other conclusion I've drawn. You are, at the very most moment, no less, in the committing a most gravest crime. Beneath that very, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize Oh god. What is it now? I never imagined I would have witnessed one of Mr. Sholmes' great detectives with what deduction with my own eyes. That was a great deduction. Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. At a single glance, he can deduce all that is to know about a person. What? Little twaddle. Oh yes, I've read about them countless times. Now I've experienced the astonishing impact of the great deductions firsthand. This is like a dream come true. You wish to say? Very well then, I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So do I invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together. Oh my god. Topic 1, conclusion. The old man's identity. The dubious looking Russian, Mr. Roylette, yeah. Obviously what catches the eye in the first place. The shears. I mean, he has a piece of paper in his pocket. Now, we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You're using the shears to cut away the copious beard, you sprout. And now moving on. The question that begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roy Lott. Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light. Oh my god. Stretchy, stretch. Oh. Regarding, if you will, this morning newspapers in particular is fascinating front page article, which it appears you have read also, Mr. Roulette. It seems you need no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headline reads, "The Revolutionary Velen flees Russia via Shanghai." As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. How is this like square, not round? Having noted the article yourself, you decide to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gives you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You're a fearsome Russian ruthless. Yeah. Not that I heard you myself. Okay. Wrongdoing. On this moment, the proof of the crime is over there. Ah yes, roulette. Taken unaware, people have prosperity to let their eyes stray, you see? assure you, the eyes speak so much more honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the glance The very eyes is the traveling case. No, I refuse. What could possibly be concealing inside? Yes. By estimations, a young lady, perhaps, once slight enough to fit it. Don't be absurd. And what pervy? Hold on. We are not well suited to the life of crime, are we? Hairless betrays you. Once again, we need to follow your glance to find the right answer. Was it easily found in the piece of paper in the newspaper? And there is another, most stimulating article. When you turn it onto the back page, they're trying this, that. And according to the article, the young lady name is This concludes the Great Deduction. Shom's. That wasn't one of the Great Deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. You know, but that did seem a little different somehow. Could you come over here for a moment? Pray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions. Would you mind? Not at all. Go on. To start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing alike. Oh yes, I recall our discussion earlier at the time. I believe I told you. The man is a revolutionary. Well, available to revolution. Oh my God. This man looks more like him than you do. That's not the point. The other thing, the report of him about abandoning the ballerina. Indeed, truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accompany a lady. Not just at first glance, it is too small clearly. You're likely to fit a 5-year-old child in that case, even if you push really hard. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is he? You mean you don't know? The girl is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? Poking out of the case, some years ago, I read something potential, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain lithness in their body. vinegar. For such a sour bunch, it wouldn't surely be utterly send itself for on oneself is confidence, and that's all it is. Or you might be thinking, corniness in the circus. The whole thing is turning into a circus. Something has occurred to me about Mr. Shum's deduction just now. I think his powers of observation were magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention, his logic, that it seems a little off. Your idea of a little, maybe a little off itself, Miss Susanto. It's just like one or two key words in his deduction that seem to like let him down. We might propose to tactfully switch them for alternates. Yes, but very tactfully. I feel surely we could do it. Where are your handcuffs? Oh, I felt like they were hindering your ability to follow me in my dance of deduction. I don't believe it. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. Mr. Sholmes, you are... Oh my god. In fact, I'd rather stay like this. So, let's begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction, hold it. I'm not sure. I doubt there's something I'll ever worry about, but... Which means I suppose that the deduction's wrong. Let's try to switch the keyword here. See if that helps. I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roy. Indeed, he's intended to use the shears on exactly. So what's this? It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks. No, the color is not the point. The point is, what's it doing on the back of Mr. Roy's head? And how is it growing out from underneath the thick black hair? Well, yes, that is true. Something definitely is not right here.
Yes!
You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you stored. Indeed, you have identified the precious detail I was intended to expose. Such lush, golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. You are not a man at all, you're a woman, and judging from the length and sheen of your hair, one very much in her youth. Oh no. If only I'd managed to cut my hair, no one would expect. The question is begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. We need further clarification. It's actually the other article. Okay.
Yes!
Article about the ballerina. I thought so. That reveals your true identity is, of course, is the article about the ballerina. It would appear we finally be able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of Nova Vic Ballet's Premier Ballerina, Miss Nikolina Pavlov. It's just pulling out of the head. Her fucking round nose. You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Povolo? But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. Oh my god. It is beautiful. Blah 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 blah.
Yes!
if reporting is to believe, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh no. Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully, taking their precious terror with you. I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do I say, an Earl of Persia. Russia. It belongs to me. This girl's only 15-year-old and she ran away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. Alright, I'll tell you everything, but there's no point in hiding it. Come, let's not be hasty. What? There's no reason. Mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? You refuse to open the traveling case of yours. No present. Does there exist some reason why you wish to remain closed? Is that not so? I do grow. He completely changed the tech of his deduction now. He is adopting his logic to change the circumstance. Anything? Right in the book, it doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true. But still, certainly did catch her eyes in the direction I noticed. It's not the bookshelf. Is it a message?
Yes!
It's a pet! Sweet. It's the pet. Production completely. Elementary. So clearly you ain't who you said you were. No, I'm not. He just said my real name is Nikolana Povlova. Everything you said was correct. During one of your ballot companies, performance is in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole the board of this vessel, which couldn't have been easy. It is a huge steamship with a vast crew. You could really have snuck on board without being noticed. In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the gist of an old disguise of an old gentleman. You tended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet, to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is just leave it all alone. So, if it was just you about to cut off your hair, why was it that you let out a scream we heard from outside the cabin? The trinkling of a bell. Why none other than this young lady naturally? I was so scared when I ran it away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided how to disguise myself so no one would recognize me. As a result, your transformation, yourself, questionable old man. And I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then just before you came in, I saw it in the newspaper, right on the page where there was a picture of me. I was so frightened I couldn't stop screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearance completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and at that precise moment we walked in through the door and unknowingly unlocked the cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside the traveling case? You're right, it is my dear friend Sign, my only friend in the whole wide world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out you said to any of the crew, your secret's safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us as much detail as you can muster about the events of last night. Yes, alright, I'll tell you. It's certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least it has agreed to tell us what she knows. Neat, that is incredible. One more. Oh yeah, was he put me back in cuffs. Your hands are cuffed again. What? What? How? True to my word, I've stored your shackles. This dude's a dick. There's still a shadow of guilt cast over you. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment. Fuck, why am I so tired? I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the spackle band was. Cosmo wrote about that in his diary. It really was. You know what? If someone was killed in the cabin next door last night, one of the crewmates told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh, That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise. For example, perhaps people talking. Perhaps the ship was abandoned, absorbed in the wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened. Is there anything? Tell us. I don't know. I'm sorry. All I could tell you last night was that what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. I see. You ran away from the ballot. Yes. There, I'm gonna go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballot. I will start a new life. You wish to forget a challenging proposition when you have that striking tiara as a reminder. Tiara is mine. I need to live. I have no money of my own. There's only a little food and water. We must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. So you ran away to protect yourself. Yes. And the crew of the ship, have all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin. So, if that is indeed the truth, it creates the most intriguing conundrum. Yes, it does. What do you think about it? Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear an explanation to what conundrum. I'm not sure what, but... Miss, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you... from the ballot. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night you boarded this vessel. However, the stopped by no port last night. That's it, of course. So how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard? Now that I think about it, the crew men outside the cabin acted very strange when we mentioned that. It was just like after we asked them about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard. This is not your business. Yes, you're right. It seems like you're hiding something. An angel descends from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry, what was that? It is how the Russian newspapers describe one of my performances. And that's how I came here, too. I descended from the heavens because I am an angel. Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Shonk once said I never can resist the touch of dramatic. It seems is the same. A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. Oh my God. A quote from a wonderful, extravagant, adventurous for advertisement for the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. In fact, yes, Mr. Snowy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss is going to tell us what happened. Fred. So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case. Is that right? I don't think animals are allowed according to the rules. Oh, please don't tell. If they find my precious, then the barely Russians would bestir themselves into unison, throw you in your case overboard, no doubt. But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? Isn't it? Isn't it? Your credit Russian is learned with a small rabbit, do you? Oh, do you have a small rabbit there then? Mate, well, no idea. Must be a chicken, really? Consider the benefits. Wake up call daily at fresh eggs. When adversity strikes, it can satisfy. Oh my god. So you eat your friends. I'll remember that. It's just a puppy. There's something I should ask her, show her. I don't know anything. Excuse me, Mr. I'd like to speak with you. You must come to the captain's quarters at once, please. Alright, I will come. What? You must leave now. Oh no, it's fine. I don't mind this. Lost our chance. Having not managed to investigate cabin, we're chased out. That is to say... Alright, first part done. I'm gonna swap games. I'm falling asleep. Let's go. Let's see what. Hold on. want to die. Just die of sleep. Want sleep. And no. That's not what I wanted. Open that. Don't switch. Who's on? No one's on. AFKs. Bakery.